Good day, everyone. I got another Nakto, and it's not working. Picked this up just the other day from the lady. She said it's not working, said that the battery was good, but it's just not turning on. I don't know if the battery is good or not. She just said that when she plugs in, the charger lights up red, and like the battery is charging, but the bike isn't coming on or anything like that. So in today's video, we're gonna figure out what's going on with it and see if we can get it fixed up. If you're interested, stay tuned. First thing I did is plugged up the charger, and just like the lady said, it lights up red when you plug it in, and nothing goes on in the bike, even with it plugged in. Try to turn that on, it's not doing anything. The battery is on, and it's just, it does say that it is charging. So the first thing first, I'm going to take out the battery, throw it up on the bench and see what's going on with it. This one still has a factory seat, so it's kind of cool. You still have that lever right there. A lot of people replace them with aftermarket ones and you lose that ability, so you pull the whole post, but this one is still legit. All right, take that out. It goes back to green. Lock this, pull the battery, throw it up on the bench. Alright, so the battery says it has pretty much no voltage on it, 0.02 of a volt. The ignition is on. This has to be on because this actually shuts off and on the power on the positive side on these batteries. And yeah, it says 0.02 of a volt. I tested it both on the output side and also on the charging side. So the first step, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to tear this battery apart. Alright, so what I see so far, you have a positive coming out of the battery that goes to the fuse. It tees to the charging and then also to the fuse right here. And on both sides of the fuse, here I'll show you. I have negative that plugs and goes straight to the battery. The positive, if we go to this side of the fuse, it's 40.5 volts. 42 volts is fully charged, so that has voltage on it. On the output side of this fuse is 40.05 volts. Then it goes to the second fuse that goes outside, and there's nothing on the other side of this fuse. So on one side is 40.05, on the output side of the fuse there's nothing. So this fuse is no good. I'm going to pop that out real quick. Trying to see what size it is. It's looks like 20 amp, 250 volts fuse. So let's see if we could test it. Yeah, she's not good. I'm gonna see if I have another one of these real quick. If not, I'll have to order one. Alright, I got a fuse, but it's only 5 amp fuse, so I'm gonna throw it in just for now, just to see if the bike fires up or not. It's the same size and everything. It's just this one is also 250 volts, but only 5 amps. So I'm gonna order one of these. But for right now, I'm gonna put this 5 in. It was most likely it's gonna pop when you give it a full throttle. It's probably gonna draw more than 5 amps. And that kind of makes sense why it was charging, but it wasn't turning on, because the charging is on the other side of the fuse, so it's not really connected to that fuse. So that's why the charging is before all the fusing is. That's why it was charging but not working. So I guess I didn't have to tear the battery apart. I was probably able to just change the fuse out. But honestly, it's my first fuse failure. I've torn a few of these Nakto batteries apart, and a lot of times there's the cells that go bad because they kind of use the cheaper brand cells. But we'll see. It still has voltage on it, so we're going to pop it in the bike, throw it back together real quick, and then see how it is. I'll give you an update. Put that battery back together. I just popped it in, turn the thing on. I haven't tried to turn the bike on, so I figured I'll bring y'all on for the ride. And it comes on. It only has 377 miles on it. This is assist levels right there. Let's see if it will work. Move this charger out of the way. I'm gonna kick it to the side a little bit. I can't give it a full power because otherwise that fuse will pop. But yeah, motor is working. Cool. That was a simple fuse. Alright, easy enough. Alright, so I'll get the fuse ordered up, get that replaced, and we'll get this bike cleaned up and then take it for a spin. And while I'm waiting on that fuse, I decided to run a discharge test on this pack just to see what the capacity is. The bike doesn't have very many miles, but it's been probably sitting around. So I'll do a quick test on this, see how many amp hours we get. It's supposed to have a 10 amp hour as far as I could tell. Yeah, 36 volts, 10 amp hour. I'm running the discharge test at 1 amp, so if it's full capacity, it should take about 10 hours to do a full discharge test on this. So we'll see. And I'll give you an update on that, and we'll go from there. Alright, that didn't last very long. BMS shut down the pack, so we got 2.27 amp hours out of it. It's not a lot. So back apart it goes, see what's going on with this pack there. Alright, took it apart a little further this time, took the shrink wrap off. There's this clear plastic casing that goes over it also. And uncovered all the cells, and yeah, there's definitely some damage. Looks like there's some failed seals in some of these 18650s. Like this one failed, this couple failed. This side is a little better, just one right there. So I checked the voltage in each cell group with my voltmeter, and they were about 3.9 up until about, I think this one right here. It's like the 7th group or something, but it has about 2.9, so most likely what happened when we were discharging and one group got close to that 2.8-ish mark and then shut down the whole pack. Guy could try to replace one group, but looking at this pack and how bad of a shape it is, I'm just going to replace all the cells and do the full rebuild. So basically what you do, just take all the wires off. I'm going to reuse this cell holder, so the shape of the pack is identical and everything fits back in. So take all the nickel strip off, pop all the new cells in, use my spot welder to re-spot weld all the batteries back together, both sides. Boom, boom. And that should be good. The cells I'm going to be using are EVE cells. That's been a theme for me. I've been using those. They're great. They're pretty good cells for budget cell. So they are EVE 26Vs. They're 2,550 milliamp hours, and they actually last. You know, they don't, like, you rarely see the seal failed on those, and they do test above the capacity, and I get those for a pretty good deal. So these 40 cells are gonna cost me like under $50 to get replaced. So anyways, I'm gonna pop the camera up there, get this knocked out real quick, and show you the final result. right, so the pack is together. New nickel strip. I used the Vevor spot welder. It's been working pretty well. It's another first pack I'm rebuilding with it. It's a night and day difference compared to the DIY one I used to have. I used to overheat. I used to have to wait. This thing I can boom boom boom. It doesn't really get hot. You can keep going. It works as fast as I can. And but anyways, yeah, that makes some good welds. This is this side. Ends up looking okay. I'm not a pro, of course, but I mean it looks pretty decent. On this side, all the BMS cables are resoldered, just exact same way as they came off. I did add the cardboard insulator underneath them, so they wouldn't be laying right on, over the top of the cells. So they're kind of just a little extra safety. Also on cells, I added the ring insulator, just to help on the positive side so it doesn't get shorted out. So this side, and this is the back side. That's how that looks. Like I said, not a factory looking, but I mean it's night and day from what I used to be doing. I'm getting a little better at spot welding these packs, so and quite a bit faster. So BMS is hooked up just the same way. I did turn this on, and we are showing 36.1 volts. All these cells, they were at about 3.6 volts. They were identical, so whenever you could connect any of these in parallel and ideally in series, you want them to be all identical voltage so you don't have the energy transfer from one cell to the other. Oops. But anyways, I did have the charger right here. I am gonna pop the charger in, and I haven't tried it yet, so this should turn red. Boom, and it does. So the pack should be charging now. The voltage should come up. I am going to keep this pack open for the first charge cycle. I just kind of want to keep an eye on it, make sure everything working the way it should be. I'm going to be checking the voltages in the cell groups just to make sure that nothing gets overcharged or anything like that. Ideally, when it's fully charged, it's a 10S pack. It's also 4P, 4 in parallel. So whenever this pack fully charged, it should be at 42 volts at 4.2 volts in each group. So you take full pack divided by 10. So, and that's what the lithium ion cells are. They're supposed to be at 4.2 volts. So once it's charged, I'm going to double check everything as it's charging. And if everything goes good, put this pack together. And I would like to do a capacity test just to kind of see what this one tests out. We know that the other one was like 2.2 something. So this one should be a lot better than that. All right, I'll give you an update. All right, charged it up and went very well. All the cells ended up being with 0.02 volts of each other, so real close. And it actually ended up using my power supply to charge it, so I could charge it faster. So I get it done tonight and do the discharge overnight. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm doing a discharge on it, also at 1 amp. And yeah, that's going to run for hopefully 10 plus hours. We'll see what the capacity will be. Run it low like this, it's actually going to give you a true capacity a little higher. If you run the higher discharge rate, the capacity is actually be a bit lower. So I just wanted to see what capacity we'll get out of this pack at the low discharge rate. Yeah, so that will run overnight, and we'll check everything once that drains all the way down. Once it gets to the certain threshold, there should be about like 28ish to 30ish volts. The BMS should shut this pack down, as it did before with so as soon as any of these cells get low enough. But it should happen a lot. It should be a lot longer than it was before. Let's put it that way. But anyways, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll give you guys an update. Bye. All right, discharge test is done. I ended up with 11.13 amp hours, and you're probably wondering that I started the discharge test with the battery all taken apart and finished it with it all put together. That's because I had to do it twice. First time it finished when I was at work, and I lost the power. So whenever I came back to get the result, and it was gone, because of the power went out, and it was just showing the voltage like 30 volts on the pack. But I knew it finished because it only had like 3 volts on each cell, so it was towards the bottom. I just didn't have the results. So what I ended up doing, recharging it back up, putting it together, and then running another discharge test. Same thing at 1 amp. And ended up with 11.13, so it's a little above what the stock the battery was. Even though the cells that were in there, they said 2600 milliamp hours, that would have put me close to 11 amp hours also. But And it does pack does say 10. So anyways, we are good there. Battery is functioning good. All the cells stay in balance all the way on top and on the bottom, so that's great. I'm gonna put it on a charger, throw it on a bike, and then we'll take it for a ride. I also have a fuse for this too, so I'm gonna throw that in real quick. That's pretty simple. That came in. All right, you guys, I'll give you next update. All right, so while we're waiting on the battery to charge, I decided to wash the bike. I used my pressure washer. I ended up getting close to this Nakto sign and ended up peeling off, so I used it to peel it completely off. You still kind of see it a little bit there. And I didn't get as close on the other side, so it's still there, right there. But what I'm doing, I got this product, it's the Rust Dissolver by Rust-Oleum here, and that should help me get rid of some of the surface rust so it doesn't keep spreading or anything like that. So I got like a few spots on the sprocket, on the chain, on the back here. There's a little bit of surface rust right here. So you're supposed to kind of get everything wet, and there's a bolt in there that's pretty rusted. So you're supposed to get it wet and then spray this stuff down, let it sit for like 30 minutes, maybe use wire brush, and then rinse it off. So we'll see if it works. I'll give you an update there. Alright, so this stuff works alright. Chain looks nice, pretty much new. All the little surface rust is off of it. Everything is looks good. That rust is off. There's a bolt that rusted in there that looks great. So yeah, that stuff looks pretty good. I just kind of let it sit for a bit and then used a little bit of wire brush on the chain and stuff, but I don't know if I had to or not. But yeah, it works good. I'm gonna keep it. It just keeps that rust from spreading again there. And it says on the bottle that it protects up to a year, so from rust coming back or whatnot. But just getting rid of the rust kind of helps longevity, I believe. Anyways, it looks good. Battery should be almost done charging, and we'll take it for a spin after it dries up a little bit. Alright, the bike is done. I've been riding it around for a couple days now. I oiled up the chain just to make sure that's good. Had to adjust the shifter a little bit. But other than that, it runs good. Everything is good to go. Battery should last quite a while. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope this video helps somebody in the future. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye.